Hi winners, and welcome to another Winning Wednesday. Now, this is pretty major of an update again. I know I just did a channel update, like a major one, like 2 months ago, but here's another one. I have a few points that I'd like to hit, especially. Make sure I don't forget them if some come up. If I forget some, either way, gonna be in the about section, especially if I've forgotten some. But the first thing is changing to the schedule. I'm gonna try and actually break my schedule too. I'm changing everything. So my schedule has always been Monday and Tuesday. So starting Monday, it has started with horror game, non-horror, Winning Wednesday, horror game, non-horror, horror game, non-horror. So that way it gives equal time to both horror and non-horror games, adventure usually, but it's not always adventure, and I didn't want to stereotype it, but I wanted to make sure I was dabbling in some horror too, because I know that that's popular amongst viewers. And I'm realizing a few things. One, not that I'm changing that up very differently, but I'm going to switch the days because, yes, I've been doing this for 3 years, but I feel like I need to change the order because of weekends especially, because I have a non-horror on Friday and Sunday, and that's when people have the most time to watch stuff and are most eager to look at even new channels. Me being, or young, not young, but like smaller channels. That's the word I'm going for, which I'm a smaller channel. So I want to try and get out there a little bit more. And I feel like with doing Mass Effect, 40-minute to an hour-long video Friday and Sunday, as much as that gives you guys more time for the people that are enjoying Mass Effect, not all of you watch Mass Effect. I'm also really finding that out from the last few weeks. So that's gonna be switched. I'm thinking doing a horror, or I'm thinking one-shots are also included in the horror section. Bad indie games, good indie games, whatever, either horror playthroughs or one-shots. So those will be those days, Friday and Sunday instead. With non-horror games, like Mass Effect, or like Majora's Mask, or like Tomb Raider, or whatever I've played on this channel. Those tend to not get as many views because people are like, really? You're gonna play a 50-part game? Like, that's what they end up turning into. And I mean, I love playing them, and I know some of you, a little handful of you, really enjoy watching those. But I know that that's a not as popular thing. So after Mass Effect, I'm thinking of kind of holding off a little bit, not doing a really long playthrough and just doing a couple like short spotlights or one-shots in general. Like not even maybe even doing a schedule, just doing. Like just being 1 video to 2 videos a day, just existing and trying to experience more things. Now, that being said, I know that as my Patreon is, I think, $10 donation a month, you get to choose what I say in a Winning Wednesday. Or ask me something, and I'll talk about it in a Winning Wednesday. And so Chris had gotten to that tier and asked me what's my plans for the future with my playthroughs. And what do I plan on playing next, or what do I have in mind, stuff like that. Well, that works right in. And on top of that, I am thinking about changing the Patreon thing, maybe keeping that, or maybe changing it to something else I'll talk about later, or you guys get to choose a one-shot. Because $10 a month, that's a lot. And that means a lot to me. So I want to reward you guys a little bit more, and I offered this to you, Chris, already, was just, if you guys want to suggest a game or one shot you really want me to see, it'd be like one part. It wouldn't be a series specifically. It would just be an indie game that would take no more than an hour, or just you want me to play one part of a game that you really like, I would rather you guys be really entertained and you guys are helping support me. But remember, that doesn't take effect until I have actually gotten a payout, because people can always say they're donating $10 and get all those rewards. Like, if it's an automatic post or something that's like for people who are $5 or more, they get to see it even if they stop. So I'm waiting till the payout, because that's not nice to the people that actually do care a lot and want to donate their money. So those that are donating $10 or more, I'm thinking about changing it to the request being a game. Or if you want it to still be Winning Wednesday, I'll keep it and do one shot. Because Winning Wednesday, like what I talk about, unless it's a really big topic like my anxiety, which was what, a half-hour long video, I don't feel like it gets a lot of time, and I don't want you guys to feel like it's not worth it. So either way, I was asked by Chris, what should I do, or what do I plan on doing with playthroughs? Now, with the change, like I said, I don't necessarily plan on playing another long Let's Play after Mass Effect 3, because this has been a really long series, and I'm somehow cutting it down a lot. I'm thinking, like, I'm going to end at, like, 40, 45, and I was afraid it was going to get to, like, 60. But that's just because I've been playing hour-long episodes and cutting the crap out of it. Like, especially to those of you that don't watch Mass Effect, you guys don't even know how much I edit these videos. Like, I try to cut down so much. It's a really long game. So I'm trying to do what I can, but I need a little bit of a break of that kind of editing afterwards, and also a change of pace and more experiences. So my plans are to kind of start hitting a little bit more spotlights or one-shots, or short games, to kind of broaden my channel a little bit more. I do plan on eventually playing, I think it is on PC. When it comes out, I plan on playing Mirror's Edge 2, which is technically a prequel, I believe. But that was the first game I ever played on this channel. I plan on playing the sequel. Like, that is one of my favorite games. It's weird that it is, and it's not that long of a game. Or at least, it's only 9 chapters in the first game, but I played on hard, so it took me a little longer than it probably should have. But I won't be playing on hard mode, because at least if it's anything like the first game, Mirror's Edge 1, you cannot play hard mode until you beat normal mode. So I would be playing fresh and blind and going into it. But I do plan on playing that. I did talk about Silent Hill 2. There was some interest. Maybe like 3 or 4 people said that they were interested, but that's not a lot of people. So what I'm thinking I'll do is sprinkle it here and there, and if it gets a lot of interest, sure. But it would just be an overtime thing. So that was my plan for Dread Out. And it was turning out to be that way, because it seemed like not a lot of people really were into it at first, because the first part got like 100 views, and the second part had gotten 60 the first week that I uploaded it. I was like, that's not that much, and usually after the second or third part, it just dies. Like, normally that's when it starts being consistent with views. And I was like, this isn't looking good. And then all of a sudden the weekend hit, and I got 200 views per video. So I'm like, you guys really want to see this, apparently. So I'll keep doing Dread Out. So I've kept doing it. But that's all I really have planned for playthroughs in the future. Otherwise, I've talked about stuff here and there, but the Express has either been 1 or 2 people. So if you guys know of short little games, but I'm trying to dabble here and there. Oh, and whenever the hell Outlast 2 comes out, of course I'm playing that, because I did play 1 and Whistleblower on my channel as well. So sequels pretty much I'll try to get. If they're really expensive, like the second Tomb Raider, that's kind of to the wayside. Also, it doesn't seem like a lot of people cared about my Tomb Raider playthrough. But Outlast, I know a lot of people want to see it. So there's that. But yeah, that's my plans, I think, for playthroughs. But another point is closely related to that. What do you guys want to see? Because I'm trying to grow my channel pretty well right now. I mean, ever since Wolfe Quest, it's kind of boomed a little more than I expected in general anyway, but I talked last week about how I was doing the magic. Just positive thinking, gratitude, just being super grateful about everything. And I just have this huge drive all of a sudden, which I'm okay with, but I just didn't expect it. I really would love to do this full time eventually, at some point in my life. And with how I've been, yes, it's been a hobby and stuff, and I've kind of treated it as a hobby into the wayside, and especially with this last year being so hard, uploads were really off, and I've done a lot of long playthroughs and not a lot of one-shots, and I was doing a lot of them in the beginning, and I've seen my growth really die. Like, pretty much it just was non-existent for a long time. And then when I did my update, that helped a little bit. My intro, and now I have my new outro and my banner and stuff like that. It helped a little bit, but it's still, it still was not too good until all of a sudden, like, I had a collab, and then I had the montage, which the montage really helped. Thank you guys for enjoying it, and for liking it and commenting on it. I was really proud of that montage. It was some of my favorite moments. But I just, like, with all the collabing and stuff, that's when all of a sudden it really, like, I started getting a bunch of subscribers. So hello to anyone that's new, and thank you for being entertained by my videos. I rant on Winning Wednesdays. That's what tends to happen. And, example, pretty much I want to try and continue that trend. I want to eventually be able to do what my passion is. Like, yeah, it's my hobby, and you guys can tell how much I love it. I mean, I'm doing part-time YouTube basically on top of full-time work and art and friends and family and dealing with family emergencies. Like Monday my dad's getting surgery, so I have to, like, try and backlog. And I've driven myself crazy doing all this stuff, so it would be really nice to just one day be able to do what I love. What Craven's been doing is really trying to help me figure out how I can make my channel better or more seen, and try and make my dream come true of eventually doing full-time YouTube. I know it's not as easy with partnerships because, especially with people doing a lot of ad block, that doesn't create income anymore. But Patreon's another big way, or donations. And you guys have been amazing when it comes to donations. And with some of you doing Patreon, it's really helped. And it's at least gotten me games to play for the channel for you guys. Like, it's just been paying for itself at this point. And donations have really helped pay for the channel. Like, the new graphics card I'm getting, because Craven is awesome. And he did a stream that was purely for, didn't even mean to. He just ended up doing it because I jumped in. He's like, hey, let's do donations for Kat's new graphics card. I'm like, I'm getting a new graphics card? What? Like, I wasn't expecting this at all. And actually, I'm ordering it either today or tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that. But yeah, that's, like, for the channel. Like, yeah, it's cool for me, but it really just helps the videos that much more, because then it's not like, and I see it in some of my videos where, like, the frame rate hurts, and it's because of my system, because my graphics card is on the older side. So I would eventually like to really push for making this my dream. And I know I've said, like, I don't care about making money, and I don't. If I don't do it, I'm still gonna make videos. Like, even if I, you know, have to do YouTube part-time and something else full-time the rest of my life, I will still, well, I don't know how long I'd be doing YouTube, much less how long it'll be existing, but my plan is to always do this, no matter what. But it'd be really cool to just make it my job at the same time. I mean, I watch Craven and John and all of them, like, and many other people, many other Let's Players, make this their full-time passion and job, and I would really love to do that. Even if I don't make that much. I mean, I still need to, there's a cat, but pretty much, I watch them and I'm like, I would love to do this. I would love to go to conventions. and like PAX conventions all the time. Well, not all the time, but like as much as I can, mingle with you guys, get to have new experiences, do what I love, which is not only video games, but doing art and doing editing, which I actually really enjoy editing. And I would love to make my videos that much better, but I just don't have the time to make them as cool as they could be right now, because this is a hobby. So it'd be really neat to have your guys' support and let me know what you want to see. So when you watch my channel, what do you guys enjoy most? When I say that, I mean genres. Do you guys like horror the most? Because my audience, I'm pretty sure, is all over the place, which doesn't quite help, because then some of you are interested in some things I do and some aren't. And I was trying to do that where I was trying to be an overall channel, and I'm realizing now that's kind of sucks for you guys. Especially when you're like, well, I can't watch like half your videos because I hate horror and I can't see gore, or the other half that's like, I only like you when you're scared type thing. So let me know what you guys like in my videos. Do you like my horror? Do you like my rage? Do you like my adventure games, my platforming, point and click, if I even have any? I'm not sure. I'm terrible at point and click. I will flat out say that. I want to also have that conversation with you guys in the comments and want to know what you guys think of the game. And if you guys aren't watching the game, that's not really helping. And that's not really the interaction I want. So yeah, horror, rage, platforming, adventure, story, way story driven, because I know some of you are here from my To the Moon, stuff like that. Like, just let me know what you enjoy most when you watch me. If you guys could give a few examples of games of just like maybe what I've played or what you think I'd like playing type thing, that would help me better understand what you enjoy watching out of me. Like, what emotions do you like watching most from me? And it's not that I'm going to gear my channel specifically to that, but for the next few videos past, I think, Mass Effect, I'm going to try and do a specific genre for a majority of the videos that I upload for like a month and kind of test out the water, see how that goes. Because I want to kind of make it consistent for you guys, because a lot of you guys, like I said, are only interested in some of it, and I don't want that for you guys. So I'm going to try and do what I can. And I know that probably a lot of it's going to gear towards the horror, and that's okay. I just want to know what you guys want. And I want to be there with you guys and experience games with you guys, and I want you guys to watch them. So we'll see how that turns out. The other thing is green screen. I am getting lights this weekend, I believe, and I'm going to figure out how to do face cam with a green screen, blue screen. So we'll see how the lights go. I hope my face doesn't get too whited out, because the lights have to be like right here with how small of a space I have. But I already have it, and I haven't been able to use it. And I think that'll help a lot too, because visually I think that looks a lot better, because you get to see more of the game behind me, but I get to be bigger, I guess you could say, so you guys can better see my reactions without it impacting your view of the game. So I think that's actually really helpful, and I would really like to do it. And I've been wanting to do it for like a year now. So I'm getting lights, and I'm gonna probably work on it this weekend and see if I can get it going. That would be great. And on another note, if I can unlock my phone right, thumbnails. Now, I'm still probably going to keep the habit of, if it's a longer playthrough like Mass Effect or probably Outlast or anything like that, I'm probably going to do the squid as I do, because I draw it like the thumbnail, all that, and it's usually visually interesting as much as I can be. But one thing that I know is probably harming me, I've talked to other YouTubers about it, specifically Craven. Me and Craven talked for like hours about this. Is about how I don't put my face in the thumbnails. And I've never wanted to be one of those people that put face in the thumbnails. There's nothing wrong with people that do. I mean, Bowling Otter does it, and it's amazing. Like, freaking Lissy, I think she's the one that makes all the thumbnails, and they're just amazing thumbnails. But I don't have, like, I don't want to do that for me. She photoshops the shit out of it and makes it look amazing. But that's their style. That's never been my style. I don't like selling my face necessarily, and I love my squid, but I know my squid is also hurting. I have my symbol, and I have him on merch, and that is my logo pretty much for the channel. But I know on thumbnails that hurts. So, for things like one-shots where I've just put my squid there, either happy or sad, to kind of show what kind of feeling the game gives, which I'm also realizing is very extreme, like antenna. When I upload that, I'm like, well, it's not really a happy game, and it's not a horror game. The hell do I use? I think I used a happy squid, because I was like, it's not scary at all, but it's not really any emotion, so I plan on changing that up. Now, I really still don't want to use my face, personally, like a photo of my face. I don't want to attract people that way, but I recognize that faces are what people see first and what they click on first. So what I'm doing is probably drawings of myself getting scared or being determined or happy or whatnot, either from other artists or I'm drawing it myself. And the squid has to be in it. Like, he has to be next to me or on my head or on my shoulder or whatever. Kind of like my outro from Lorraine. Kind of like that, except a little smaller, because that one's meant to take up more room, and this is supposed to be something small on a thumbnail. I already have a commission in the works of doing one that's for determined happy, like that, but I still have to do one for horror, so it might be some time before you start seeing those pop up. But it's, I think, a way to kind of do both. So that's personally what I'm going to be doing. I hope that's okay with you guys, because I know I've been doing him for a long time, but I feel like it definitely does need a change. And I know that's one of the things that was also hurting me from growth. So pretty much all this is about is not getting famous. I don't expect to get famous, but I want to grow, and I just want to, like, basically share more of what I love with a bigger audience if I can, and do what I love as a living. That'd be really awesome. So last thing, I believe it's the last thing, is Spreadshirt. Now, I didn't realize till Sunday that there was a sale of 15% off till yesterday. It was Happy April. I don't know if it's still a thing. You guys can try it out if you want. But it was just all caps, Happy April, no space. I bought myself a few things, so I'll also be able to showcase that for the channel, which I'm really excited for. If you guys want it, go ahead. Go ahead, buy some merch. I know some of you already have, and thank you. Because that's awesome. And it's, like, almost bizarre to me at the same time, because I'm like, I never thought people would wear this and be like, yeah, Kat. And I'm like, that's me. What? Why? Because I'm just not used to being an entertainer, even after 3 years. But, like, I'm really excited for it for myself. So I'm excited to showcase those probably next Winning Wednesday. But, yeah, there are a lot of changes coming to the channel. And I am excited and scared at the same time. And I am very grateful for all that you guys have done for me. I'm very grateful for all of the views, all of the subs. You guys are truly amazing. Like, the interaction that I have with you guys is pretty freaking awesome. I can't even handle it. So I just hope to keep improving myself and my channel for you guys. And I want to be there for you guys, just as you have always been there for me. So, yeah, just everything that I said, put it in the comments of what your answers are or responses. And I will see you guys in the next Winning Wednesday playthrough or whatever it is you guys watch. So, keep winning, guys. Bye.